Hey guys, good morning. Happy International Yoga Day. And on this auspicious day, we have a new friend joining us. His name is Ravin Arya. He's an acharya and he's a yoga therapist. And there are a lot more to talk about him because he's played roles of he's taken many avatars. To put it in a nicer way. Ravin has been in the corporate life. He's been in the financial domain for a long time. Then he's become an author. During his corporate life, apart from his just a job, he was also a Himalayan biker. So he was traveling into Himalayas. That was his passion. And now he is into yoga. He's a nutritionist. So he is into something called healer process, so where he's healing lifestyle diseases, and that's his ambition. So thanks a lot, Ravin. Thanks for joining and taking time out on yoga day, because most of yoga acharyas are busy during yoga day. So yeah,
Thank
we have
you.
a lot of friends here, so we would love to know more about you, Ravin. So if you can tell our friends about you.
Right, right. So, namaste, Ravi. Thanks for inviting me to your channel. Your channel has grown by, I would say, leaps and bounds. So, I've been following your channel from the very beginning. I remember you launched it on Khardungla Mountain, right?
Yes.
So I've been there on my motorcycle, Royal Enfield. So I have been the first 5 subscribers of your YouTube channel that I specifically remember. And
Thank you.
now it has grown so big. Actually, your YouTube channel, I think it's close to 1700 right now, right? Yeah, and I have seen your Facebook page also growing. I was one of the first to like it. Yes, so I've seen your interviews. It's very inspiring, and I don't know whether I can fit in that class or not, but
You do.
to even qualify to be interviewed in your channel. But thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah. Ravin, it's been a drastic change, from corporate life, giving up a corporate life, and getting, becoming a yoga acharya. So how did this happen? So can you tell us the secret? What triggered in your mind, and which where you took up this particular challenge? Because it is challenging, a fully paid check every month into your account, and yeah, things would be busy. But what motivated you to give up all that corporate life and get into yoga?
Yeah. So this is the question that basically I come across whenever people, yeah, look at my profile and the changes, or let's say my LinkedIn profile and all. So before going into the yoga journey, first of all, today is very auspicious day. So first of all, I would like to uh, convey my wishes to you as well as the audience who are watching this, even live, or maybe who will watch it later. A very happy International Yoga Day. So now we are celebrating the seventh one here today, and yoga, I would say, sorry. So yoga, I would say, was I was vaccinated by yoga from my very childhood. I don't know how, but sometimes you are just vaccinated with some things from childhood, maybe because of the past impressions and all. And there was one I would say, yogi uncle
Mhm.
who is more than 80, I think 80 plus now. So he was a yoga practitioner, and we used to see him. He was an advanced yoga practitioner, and we used to see him and get inspired by him. And there was, I specifically remember, there was a photograph of Swami Shivananda in his house. He was basically a big fan of Swami Shivananda, kind of devotee. So we used to see the photograph, and then it all went as if the normal life goes. And I was in the corporate world, as you said. I was a business analyst as well as a corporate trainer. So it was, I would say, very comfortable job compared to what others feel about the corporate world. It was a little hectic sometimes, but I used to really enjoy, because I love talking, I love sharing knowledge. So I was a corporate trainer. So, but somewhere down the line, I was thinking like, okay, I have to give yoga some more time for myself as well as for others. So this thought was brewing inside me, I would say. And as 2018 came, I thought either I have to go in the corporate line, and I was doing quite good, I would say. This is not self praise, but I was doing quite good. I had a very good exposure in my company and my profile. I was connected to, I would say, the top management, and they were quite happy with me. And I was doing well in my job also. I was judged as the, I would say, the youngest top business expert in my company, which are generally achieved by managers and above. But I was very junior to them, but still I was just the top business expert. I was given some nice costly gifts for it also. So the life was going pretty smooth, I would say. Not very tense life, the corporate tense life and all, but somewhere down the line, I would say a time came when I thought either this way or that way. So I think that time comes in almost everyone's life, right? It has come in your life as well, right? So you are also in the corporate, and now you are not only an entrepreneur, successful entrepreneur, but you are also helping other entrepreneurs, especially the small businesses and all, right? So the phase that you have been through, I have been through actually, and finally. In 2018, I decided that okay, so I'm not able to give yoga full time, so let me leave the corporate job, because that was coming in between my timings, and the energy was scattering there. So I said okay, let us say it goodbye, and let's focus on yoga full time. And from 2019, I'm practicing and teaching yoga full time.
Super, super, good one. So awesome transition, I would say.
Thank you.
So can you, Ravin, can you also talk about the journey as an author? Because you've also, before getting into yoga full time, you've also written a book. So can you talk about that?
Okay, so the book basically that I wrote in the corporate world. So I was into investment banking, and I worked in two very famous multinational companies. One is Northern Trust, and I have worked also in Broadridge, which is in high tech city, just next to the cyber towers. So while I was there, I was in the US security markets business unit, which handles the post trade processing. Like after you buy stocks or shares, we call it shares here, they call it stocks there. So after you buy shares, basically it's a 2 days settlement, T plus 2, what we call. I think now in US also it's a T plus 2. So basically you buy the shares and you just forget about it, right? It comes into your account, and but behind the scenes actually there's a lot which goes on. So it's a lot of it. It's called post trade processing, and it's a very complex phenomena, and so many departments and hundreds and thousands of people are involved to reconcile all the books and accounts and all those stuff, the processing part, so that to ensure that the securities, the shares that come into your account, and the money is properly debited from your account and credited to whoever is selling it, and a small percentage of it goes to the brokerage firm or the broker. So this all was very, very, I would say, complex, and most of the people, especially I'm talking about the freshers. So because I was a corporate trainer, and anyone who joins the business unit, whether as a fresher or let's say even a vice president joins with 20 or 30 years of experience, so they had to undergo some 15 days training with me. Okay, so no matter what their experience levels are, so they had to go. So what I observed, especially for the I would say the freshers and people who are having like let's say around 5 years or less experience, even though they are working in good companies, and they earn or they get salary hikes when they switch companies and all, but their knowledge levels are very, very, I would say, low. Okay, if not poor, it's low. So they just keep on doing the stuff day in and day out without even realizing what is the big picture and how it all connects to that. So when I realized this, and I know that since I have done my MBA, so I know that this is nowhere connected to, this is not taught in MBA schools, even the top B schools. So what I thought was, why not to give a big picture to the world, so that especially people who are joining the financial industry, or those who want to know more about money and the transactions and all. So I thought, let me just write a book on, because there was no such book, by the way, no such book which covers end to end. So in a very, very easy manner. So then I thought, okay, let me write the book, because I used to make a lot of online courses for my company. So the courses that I used to make was being taken by the people inside the company. It was in-house courses and all. So there was an online university, and people used to do courses, and I used to make it, and that was a hit. And even the senior management liked it. So basically, I thought, let me give an end-to-end picture of the money and the banking system, and how the money evolved over the last 10,000 years, and how basically the banking started in Europe basically, and then how it evolved from the coinages and all different types of, the fascinating story of money. It's so interesting, and I think almost everyone should learn about it. And from where it evolved to the notes, and from there it came into the digital money that we are right now using. And from there, basically from the 90s, it started the cryptocurrency movement. And now it's a big movement, I would say. The Bitcoin part, the Ethereum and all the cryptocurrencies, they are going up, they are going down. If you just I don't follow it much now, the cryptocurrency space, but it's very interesting space. So end-to-end picture. So the book name is Barter to Bitcoin. So I'll just show you the book here. So this is it. So this covers the not only the evolution of money, but also the working of the international financial system end to end. And it also covers the back office operations, the trading part. So those who want to know about the stock market, how the stock market evolved, what are the regulations in the financial markets, how the different financial markets interconnect, how they evolved, and where the future is going to be. All these are covered in the book.
Super. Super. Now,
So I will write it, and then I wrote it actually. And luckily, I would say that it was taken in a very positive manner. My senior management, the senior leadership of Broadridge, liked it so much that the head, Mr. VLK, so Mr. VLK, who heads Broadridge India, so he actually made a special function for me in the company, which was never done before. So he made a book launch after it was already launched in my college.
wow.
So that was the first time that in Broadridge there was a book launch. There were authors before, and I'm sure there'll be after this also. But that was the first time that it was made into I would say, special event.
Super.
And it has been very, I would say, good. It's almost 3 years that I have written. I hope you have read the book.
Yeah, I've gone through that.
So basically, it has been taken very, very I would say, in a good note in IIMs. So it has reached 3 IIMs. IIM Bangalore, IIM Vishakhapatnam, and IIM Lucknow. It has reached XLRI. It is there in the ISB, and professors, some professors read it, the finance professors and all. And I have got very good feedback from IIM professors that it's quite interesting and quite informative.
Wow, super journey as an author. So now coming to yoga. So Ravin, I see a lot of titles, like you're titled as Yoga Acharya, and a lot of people title themselves in different ways. As a common man, I want to understand what are the different levels, and what are the programs that you've passed through, and after renaming yourself or naming yourself Yoga Acharya. So if you can just help us, and as layman's audience who are watching this, how can they understand who's who in yoga? Because there are a lot of people out there now, a lot of people practicing yoga, which is good. I think this is still not enough, but for education purpose, what are these titles known for?
So basically, you're asking from someone who is going to learn yoga in a structured manner.
Yes.
Okay, so basically, if you see, there are like yoga schools and yoga institutes cropping up everywhere, just like the coaching institutes and all. So, but there are very few, I would say, authentic yoga schools who teach classical hatha yoga. I would say classical hatha yoga, which I practice and also teach. So that is the most authentic form of yoga. And now these days we have so many types of yoga, not criticizing any form of yoga, but the most ancient one and the authentic one and the real one, which actually is not only for the body strength and flexibility and all, but also for the mind, calmness of mind and all. So that is classical Hatha Yoga. So if someone is very interested to learn yoga, I will tell my journey, and that will be like parallel to if someone wants to take it. So basically I did my yoga training course, the teacher training course. There is something called TTC, teacher training course. So anyone who wants to start to learn yoga in a structured way and want to teach also, they have to do TTC, which is teacher training course. And I have done from a very good institute in Hyderabad, which is Kaivalya Yoga Vijnana Kendra. So there we have our two teachers, Chakravarti sir and Kiranmai ma'am. So they basically are exceptional couple, I would say, yogic couple, and they teach with a lot of passion. If anyone wants to learn it in Hyderabad, my first recommendation would be definitely that one, Kaivalya Yoga Vijnana Kendra, which is in SR Nagar. So that is it. So I did my TTC from there, and after that I did another TTC from Shivananda Ashram, which is in Kerala. Kerala, and it's a beautiful ashram, I would say. It's a world famous ashram, and Shivananda organization is a world famous organization now. So remember I was telling you about Swami Shivananda's photo, which I was seeing from childhood. So the same photo is a world famous photo actually, that is there also in the ashram. So that ashram is founded by, that organization is founded by one of the disciples of Swami Shivananda, whose name is Swami Vishnu Devananda. So see how Swami Shivananda came into my life after this, huh? Yes, so the one which I was seeing from childhood. So I did my TTC there. Then after that, the TTC title that you get after that is Yog Ceremony there, when you do it in Shivananda Ashram. They have ashrams across India, but I did it in Kerala. It's a beautiful ashram in Trivandrum, outskirts of Trivandrum. And then I did my advanced teacher training course from there, Shivananda Ashram, which is called Yogacharya. So that is it. And after that, I have done a very intensive and very difficult course in Shivananda Ashram only, which is called Sadhana Mandalam. The beauty about that course is for 41 days, you are locked inside the ashram and you are not served any tea, any coffee. You have to survive only on the fruits and veggies, and one time in the evening you have to eat only khichdi. And it's a super tight and super I would say it's the toughest program in the ashram out of all the programs that we have. So I did it. It was quite easy for me. I don't know how, by God's grace. So but when you go through that fire, basically you know what is it. Yeah, so I have done that, and apart from this qualifications, I have qualified the government certifications. I am certified in the highest government certifications, which are coming from the Ministry of Ayush, and Ministry of Ayush actively promotes yoga. So they have certifications. They have like it is now called the Yoga Certification Board, YCB. So Yoga Certification Board conducts exams which are certified. Then someone can be certified by the Government of India itself, Ministry of Ayush. So there are like level 1, level 2, level 3 and level 4. So level 1 is quite easy, but I have cleared level 2 and level 3, which is the highest now. Level 3 is the highest now. Level 4 they have just opened up, but the exams are not have not started yet. So whenever they start, I have to appear for that, and I will clear it as well. So I'm certified from the Government of India, Ministry of Ayush in their highest certifications. Super. So these are some of my qualifications.
Super. So friends, we have a short video of Ravin's journey. So let me play the video and we'll come back with more questions about yoga, whom this will help, how do we take time out if we have challenges in our, in our body, and that is one of the reasons we are not able to take up yoga. Are there any alternatives for it? So some of these questions we will ask Ravin. So let me just play this particular video. Okay, just give me a second.
Mind is like a lake and ripples are like thoughts. The water has to be still and clear to reflect. Similarly, the mind has to be still and clear to know ourselves. Mind can be controlled by controlling the breath through pranayama. Pranayama and yoga are deeply connected. Yoga gives complete exercise to each and every muscle of the body without exhaustion.
I was born with scoliosis, which means my spine is crooked. Every day I would have to wear a back brace to school growing up, and I was in a lot of pain. So I originally got into yoga to help with that pain. It was really the only relief that I could find. It got to a point a few years into it that I had to have it surgically corrected. So 6 years ago I had a spinal fusion. So about 12 of my vertebrae were fused from my T3 to L2. So I have a rod and a whole bunch of screws in there, and it's completely inflexible. And yoga for me has been really crucial in that healing process and learning how to manage that pain and regaining the flexibility back. It also helps ease any anxiety I have about it in general, and helps with my mental state as well.
Yoga is very common now because people is very stressed, so we need to be relaxed.
After working in the corporate world for the last 15 years, I found yoga about 3 years ago. It's totally transformed my life. I am a very spiritual person and only came into my gifts about a year ago. I'm also an asthmatic from a very long time ago, and yoga has really helped to improve my breathing through the asanas. As you can see, it's just brought a glow to me. I'm a new person and actually loving life.
In September 2016, I got diagnosed with a lymphoma Hodgkin cancer. I had been through all the treatments, chemotherapy and radiotherapy, and this is when I started to return to yoga. So actually, primarily with meditation, it helped me a lot, and then with the asanas, slowly I was able to go back to own my body. That transformed my life. It really helped me during my treatments to fight this cancer and to survive through it. So now it's really a part of my life, and I think I wouldn't be here today like I am if I hadn't choose to have yoga in my life. So it saved my life.
Well, yoga has changed my life, both physically and mentally. About a year ago I had some hip problem, so I stopped doing yoga because I thought that things were making it worse. And in just the last 3 weeks my hip has improved dramatically, which I'm amazed at. And mentally, which is really what keeps me coming back, is it helps me stay grounded, more present and connected. You know, I feel a sense of belonging and community, which when I'm not doing yoga I feel a little bit less of.
Yoga creates a certain energy in your body. It's a very transformative process. It's a very organic as well as a subtle process which goes through your whole body up to your mind, which has an impact on your lifestyle, on your worldview, on your relationships. And the main essential thing about yoga, especially how you breathe. It just makes your body a lot more healthier and your mind a lot more happier. So that's how yoga has changed my life.
And as Swami Vishnudevananda said, health is wealth, peace of mind is happiness, yoga shows the way. So let's yoga.
Wow, that's a very nice video, Ravin. Good collection of. I think it had a lot of issues were also included in it, where people had recovered from cancer, are finding benefits out of it. People who have spine issues are getting benefit out of it. So that's a very good journey that was captured.
Yeah. It's amazing actually when you look. It looks almost like fiction, because some things we think, some issues basically people think they cannot recover from it, or they cannot reverse it. But because of yoga and the diet that we recommend, and the nutrition that they and the lifestyle that they undergo basically after we recommend them, so after that basically there is I would say a profound change in their lives. And we have seen people who were right now, actually there is one client in US who basically had hypertension issues, and he had very high BP, I would say always stressed. It's around 80, 180, 190, around 200 range. And in just it started from last year, almost end of year, so it's been almost I would say 5-6 months. Probably you will be surprised to know that he is not on medication.
Wow.
Okay, so he is like his wife was telling me the other day, like we basically have not dreamed it in our dreams, like something like this can also happen. But if two things are very important, so if yoga along with diet, if it is combined, and a particular lifestyle is, I would say, a disciplined lifestyle is led, then most of these problems can be addressed in a much better way than what usually people manage them with.
Got it. Good one. So now talking about COVID, and how is yoga related to it? How important is yoga? Do you think that yoga during this time would help people out? And especially yoga talks about breathing and being yourself. So does this have a greater impact on COVID?
This, I would say, I mean, not exaggerating, but yoga, I would not doing it, but I am actually qualified to do the marketing as a yoga teacher. But yoga is the only way. Why? Because you see the whole world, I would say, people are struggling with breathing, and breathing is the most important activity that we do in our life. If breathing stops, then there's no point of all the name and the money and the position that we hold, because the moment breathing stops, the body drops dead. Just like in Avatar, yes, Avatar movie, as soon as they open that box, the guy on the planet drops dead. Yes. So as soon the breath is the cord which actually binds the body to the soul. If that cord breaks, then body and soul become separate. So basically breathing is very important, and now people are realizing for the last 1.5 year about the importance of breathing, because many people are having issues with breathing across the world during this COVID times. So in yoga, the most important, I would say, aspect is breathing itself, and which is the most important thing in our life. Because in yoga, we have deep breathings, we have special breathings, and we have lovely breathing exercises. We have pranayama, which is a much, much higher step than the asanas that are being till now. But once they start yoga, they start living. So pranayama just strengthens the lungs a lot. You have to have a very good, I would say, lung capacity in order to stay fit and healthy during these challenging times. So yoga, I believe, is the only prevention and management tool.
So post COVID, there are be a lot of people who have already gone through COVID, and they're on quarantine, or still have some issues. So any post recovery tips from you?
Yes, definitely. So after recovery also, even before, let's say someone accidentally or unfortunately is contracted with COVID, and after getting well or coming out of it and testing negative and all, so they must practice, I would say, pranayama, if not the asanas. Because what happens is, when someone is infected with COVID, the lungs become little weak. And if you know someone who is infected, they must be telling you that I am having some difficulty with breathing, and I am getting tired easily after walking few steps or climbing of stairs and all. Even young people I'm talking about. So the breathing basically is affected. Anyway, the breathing is not so good in normal people who don't practice yoga. So people who are affected by this COVID and all, they are even, I would say, worst hit, because that directly affects the lungs. COVID directly affects the lungs. So in order to recover out of it, immediately after getting tested negative and immediately after coming out of this medication and all, they should start practicing especially pranayama and the deep breathing exercise, so that the lungs not only come to the previous levels, they become even stronger.
Super. So, in the entire discussion, I actually forgot to wish you. So, happy birthday, Ravin. So, friends, Ravin is so lucky. He is into yoga, and the coincidence is he is celebrating his birthday on International Yoga Day. And this date will not change, right? So, both the dates will always be the same. So, congratulations, and God bless you in what you're doing.
Thank you, Ravi. Once again, thank you so much.
So, any tips related to protection for kids, because we are talking about third wave coming in, and there's a lot of focus right now on the teens and kids now. So any suggestion from you?
Yes, definitely. I am actually I'll be making a video on kids actually in my YouTube channel. So for kids, if you see the trend, especially in the urban areas across the world, I would say people in villages are still much more protected. But in urban areas where we live in small spaces like apartments or small houses, even duplex houses and villas are small spaces compared to the village areas, right? Village areas where you have almost unlimited space. So what has happened is, for the past 1.5 year, almost 1.5 year, the kids across our country have been staying inside. So childhood is the time when the growth happens physically, mentally, emotionally. And if the high levels of energy which children have, if they are not given creative outlets, then basically the stress and tension and all builds up. So I get this common comment from across parents that they are unable to manage the kids because they have become very irritating, and they have almost become rebellious sometimes. Yes, right? So you have also 2 kids.
Yeah.
Yes. I think you'll be able to correlate what I'm saying.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, definitely it's a challenging time, not only for the kids, for parents as well. So kids have stayed inside. What big problem this creates is the kids are devoid of sunlight. This is a very, very important point which I keep on telling to our clients and also in my YouTube videos and all. So because when sunlight is not falling on our body, lot of processes cannot happen properly, healing processes. And today is yoga day, and in yoga it is chosen as June 21st and not any other day, because today is the longest day of the year in the northern hemisphere.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
There's a scientific reason for it.
Yoga day is chosen as June 21st. So it has a direct connection with the sun. Yoga has a direct connection with the sun. And in fact, any kid will tell you that sun is the ultimate source of energy, which we have studied in childhood. But what we were never taught was sun is also the source of our health. The arogya which comes is coming from the sun god or sun. So not only we live because of sun, we also stay healthy because of sun. And because the kids have been devoid of the sunlight for more than a year, there will be some issues regarding skin problems and all in the coming months or years. You will see that if the lockdown and all, if they don't start moving out and play in the sun and all. So sunlight is highly recommended for kids. This is applicable to not only kids but for all of us. Sunlight, I would recommend at least a 15-20 minute sunlight every day for anyone. This is very, very important. And apart from that, kids, if you are less than 7 years, then we don't recommend yoga in classical Hatha yoga, because till then the development stage goes on. But at around 7 to 8 years, the pineal gland, which is right inside the brain and it's in the middle of the brain, which is also called as third eye. It is just behind where the ladies put the bindis and all. So it is around 3 to 4 inches deep from there. Just in the middle of the brain, there's a pineal gland, which is denoted by third eye, Agya Chakra. So that pineal gland starts deteriorating when someone reaches around 8 years age. So that's why if you see in our tradition, we have this thread ceremony, which is done at around 7 or 8 years. Why it is so? The scientific reason is At that time, because the pineal gland starts deteriorating, the children who reach around 7 or 8 years, they are introduced to yoga through the mantra which the guru gives in the ear, right? So that is actually the thread ceremony is an introduction to yoga, and from there they start. They have certain rules and all of doing some achmanam and all. So basically, those who follow it is good. So basically, it's an introduction to yoga and pranayama at a very high level. Okay, so kids must be doing yoga over 7 or above. If someone is less than that, they should be given enough space to play around in sunlight and do creative work, and just try to let go of their extra energy, I would say, overflowing energy in creative pursuits like playing and learning something new and all.
Wow, super. So, Pravin, there are a lot of lifestyle diseases that we've come across these days. Earlier, this term was itself not there. Very commonly heard. Do you think that in India, and across the world, we need to focus on this, or this needs attention?
Of course, yes. So you are saying only in India?
Yeah, India and across the world. Do you think that we need to give attention to these lifestyle diseases?
Yes, yes. So this is very, very important. I would say at present, this is one of the most important things that as a country or as a world we have to focus on, because the lifestyle which our parents had and what we had, I think there is a tectonic shift, right? Tectonic shift, yes, in the way they lived and the way we live, with all the gadgets around and all the I would say the information and the social media and all the lifestyle, the modern lifestyle, which goes 24/7 by 365. And if someone is in the corporate world, especially in the night shifts, they know what I am talking about. So basically what has happened for the past 20-30 years, not much, 20-30 years, is we actually are cut off from our own ancient tradition and our own ancient knowledge, which is Ayurveda and yoga. Mostly regards to health, it's yoga and Ayurveda. So the traditions, if you see our parents, what they used to follow, what especially the moms and all, so we used to wake up early, even though it was not required. Yes, I'm sure anyone who is more than 50 right now or 60, that means let's say our mother's age. So they wake up at least by 5, if not, yeah, yes. So why it is not required, but still they used to follow, and then they used to take bath, only then enter the kitchen and cook. So, and everything that was practiced as our tradition and all, so that was all scientific. It is just that we don't know the meaning of it. As I said, the meaning of the thread ceremony and all, right? So the higher meanings are not conveyed. They are made into rituals and traditions in our country, so that we will follow them without questioning. And because parents do it, we are also supposed to do it. But in our generation, I would say especially when we started after the Indian economy opened up in 90s and all this jobs started coming up. So it is good, very, very good from economic standpoint. But as regards to lifestyle, there is a huge shift, downward shift, I would say. If you see, do you remember anyone from in your childhood who had blood pressure or who had asthma in your class?
No.
The chances are very less, even if there was someone, right? So, or someone had diabetes. Do you remember anyone of your friends who had diabetes in childhood? No, no. Even if it was there, it was like maybe one in 1,000 or something like that. But now, if you go to schools and if you just ask any age group, like how many have, or if you just see the medical records of them, so this type 1 diabetes or juvenile diabetes, what we call, it's a very common thing. And have you ever experienced any stress in your childhood? I'm sure you don't know the meaning of it also, right? When you were a kid. Yes. So we have passed through that phase, and now kids, I have seen kids who say 5-6 years who say I have a lot of stress. Okay. So somewhere down the line, we have lost that connection from this yoga and Ayurveda, and that is why it is so important. These lifestyle diseases, the very name says it is lifestyle diseases. So that means we have changed our style of life. So it's that simple. So just just tuning it little bit, okay, just shifting some things, just making small changes in our lifestyle, in our diet especially, and just going back to the ancient, I would say, the practice of yoga, which includes everything, pranayama and meditation and all. So there can be a much better life that people can lead. And if someone is already having it, they can manage it much better than the medications that they, or the treatments that they undergo. The cost, some are very costly, and they can manage it even better, and in some cases they may come out of it also.
Okay. So Ravin, in real life, can you share some success stories or case studies that you have personally seen, people who have recovered from these lifestyle diseases? Because everybody knows that, yeah, yoga hai, we have to, get into this, practice of, older generation and all that. But, if they do, does it change?
Absolutely, absolutely. So I was speaking from my personal experience, and I was my personal experience in the sense what I have made others to do. Okay, and I was also speaking from what I have heard from people across the world. So those who have watched, you must have watched the video. So people across the world have seen drastic improvements. Even there was one lady from France who is featured in the video. So she has come out of cancer after chemotherapy. She started her yoga journey, and now she is completely free of cancer. Okay, so someone can say that after chemotherapy, anyway, someone is out of cancer, but when someone practices yoga, they recover much faster, and the chances of getting it again are much lower. So these are some of the things, and I would say my success stories, that means the people, my client success stories, yes, we have. I would give two examples from India. One client had severe breathing issues because there was a nasal polyps, the small outgrowth in the nose, which blocks the breathing, and which makes it very difficult to breathe. So what the doctor advised was a small surgery, which just punctures the nasal polyps, and then it gets healed so that the passage becomes a little wider. And that is the one. So when it was advised to him, he just contacted me because we were staying close. He was my neighbor. So he said, can you do something? I said, yeah, let's do some yoga. So in 1 year, you will not believe, he is breathing much better than most of the people on this planet.
Wow.
Yeah, why I say that? Because I would say safely that 99% of the people don't know how to breathe. They don't know how to breathe. They breathe it from their whole life they breathe, but they don't know how to breathe properly. That means proper breath is when you take deep breaths and slow breaths, and that has to be practiced. And then pranayama and all makes it so good, and the deep breathing exercises like the yogic breathing. So there's a detailed video of yogic breathing on my channel. So whenever you feel like you want to have it, so just have a look on it. So it just explores how we have to do it, and you will be filled with energy once you start deep breathing. So that was one story. And another one was, which is right now, another client is in US right now, and he had, as I was mentioning, hypertension, BP. So his BP was always high, especially, and he works in the corporate world, software industry, so it is much higher. Okay, so so basically he started yoga, and it's almost 6 months, not even 6 months. So he was taking medication, and he is not taking any medication right now for the past 1 month. And perhaps it is not very surprising for me, but what is very surprising for him is the BP is at a normal level even when he is in a stressful meeting.
Wow.
So this is the one.
That's a good achievement.
A couple of other stories. I would say today itself, I would say it is a great day, great start for me today, because I'm teaching one elderly lady who is 65 plus, and who started her journey with me for some time, and she was not able to do one Surya Namaskara. She was getting tired in half only. So we have 24 postures in Surya Namaskara, 12 on the right side and 12 on the left. So she was getting tired on the right side itself. And today she did 12 non-stop for the first time in her life.
Wow.
And what was even bigger thing was, she said, have I done 12? I thought I had done 9.
Okay.
Basically, the stamina is even higher, I would say more than 12, but I stopped her because that was the first time that she was doing. So now at her age, 12 Surya Namaskaras, that too in a fast manner, dynamic way, continuously non-stop is not a small thing, I would say. For those who practice Surya Namaskaras continuously will understand what I'm saying.
Wow, superb. So I'm in the starting of the journey. So Ravin, what are the programs available with you, and how do people reach you?
Okay, so I have my own website, I have my own YouTube channel and a Facebook page as well. All are with the name of Yog Sutra. So probably you can share a link on the description of this video. So it's yogsutra.com, www.yogsutra, yoga, yoga, sutra.com. And you can easily find me on YouTube and Facebook with the same name. So we have multiple programs, but the main programs, 3 or 4, I will say. So the first and foremost and the most popular program that we have is therapeutic yoga. So I'm a yoga therapist, certified yoga therapist, and a certified nutritionist as well. And of course, I'm a certified yoga teacher. And I also teach pregnancy yoga. So the most popular one is the therapeutic yoga, which is specially designed for lifestyle diseases like BP and diabetes and migraine and headache, stress, depression, all we have, asthma and all. So that is designed for that. So, and another one is general yoga, those who want to just those who are healthy and just want to have some yoga practice, keep themselves fit and energetic and all. So maybe in that category will fall. Okay, so that is general yoga for them. And then we have a prenatal yoga, which is for pregnant ladies. So starting from day one of, we'd say even before conception also, we take control and we basically help them to live a lifestyle which is very conducive not only for them but also for their baby, incoming baby. So last year we had one who was doing pregnancy yoga, and her baby never used to kick. She was around almost approaching the delivery time. So her baby never used to kick in the early morning because she was doing in the early morning at 6 o'clock with me, her 6 o'clock time. She is in US. So her baby never used to kick in the early morning, only in the evenings. But the day she started one special meditation actually, so which is a very powerful vibration creator. So then the baby start kicking slowly, and you know what she was saying, like every on alternate days only the baby used to kick on the days when she had yoga practice. Okay, and rest of the days the baby was not responding. So she had a lovely, actually I would say, daughter now. It's a couple of months that she had delivered, and it was a normal delivery because we when we teach pregnancy yoga, the chances of normal delivery are very, very high, very, very high. Okay, I'm not saying it's a guaranteed one, but the chances of it are very high. So this is also a very good, I would say, reason for pregnant ladies to join yoga. Yes, and apart from this, we have a weight loss yoga, which is again very popular because of the obesity problem and all. So now obesity is like almost a pandemic. We are calling this a pandemic, but slowly obesity is a, I would say, if not bigger, almost equal. Okay, pandemic, and it right now, if you see the kids, they are becoming much fatter day by day because of the lifestyle changes and all. And in US it is definitely reaching at alarming proportions. So there was one terrifying stat which said that more people die of overeating than hunger. So we have to keep that in mind, and I'm sure that in India also, because of the food habits, the lifestyle changes and all, obesity is becoming I would say a little more common, and it is becoming reaching at dangerous levels. We don't have accurate stats, but I'm sure a good percentage of the urban population is heading towards that, and yoga is perfect answer for that, to control this obesity and all. So when we basically, so we have this weight loss yoga also for people who want to reduce their weight. And right now a client who just started, today is 21, so it's 20 days that he started. He is from Maharashtra, and he has experienced around 2.5 to 3 kilos in 20 days. That too naturally, not we don't recommend that you stop eating everything just like they do in some other forms of weight loss. No, you will eat healthy, and you will eat at specific times, and we recommend what to eat because I am a certified nutritionist as well. We give you the proper diet chart, the detailed diet chart with the time. So he is feeling much lighter after shedding some 2.5 3 kilos. So these are some of the forms of yoga that we teach. The most important one I would say is the therapeutic yoga, and we have general yoga, we have pregnancy yoga, we have this weight loss yoga, and also we have yoga for kids.
Super, super. So thanks a lot, Ravin, for joining us on the show. I mean, that is a very detailed overview of not only what you do, but yoga as, overall overview of the yoga. So thank you, friends, for watching it. We will share the social handles where Ravin is available. Feel free to connect with him. Any program you feel will help you or any of your friends, you can connect with him. Consultation is perfectly free. So if you feel that you have questions which you want to ask before you want to sign up, you can definitely get in touch and check out. And you can also check his YouTube channel and his Facebook, and follow his programs when he is online. So thank you, friends. Have a great day. Again, happy International Yoga Day and happy birthday, Ravin.
Thank you so much, Ravi. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye.